Hello again. Thanks so much for listening to Japan Game Junk, the podcast. And now, the first recording to take place with a store that was visited in 2025. Yes, visited on January the 3rd of 2025. This is the Hard Off store in Kazo City of Saitama. This was the first day it was open after being closed for the new year. First thing to note, they had tons and tons and tons of Nintendo branded games in their display case. I don't even know how to go through all this. So, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, 2750 yen. Joy Mecha Fight for 3300 yen. Romancia, 2200 yen. Othello for what? Famicom Disk System, 3,000 yen. I got mine for 500 yen. That's crazy. Metroid Fusion's cartridge only 6,000 yen. Original Castlevania for the NES version, but the Game Boy Advance re-release, 4,000 yen. So many games here, they're so expensive. Maison Ikoku, so the old animation became a game, and it was 2,000 yen here. Wow. Kirby's Air Ride, disc only 3,500 yen. Kind of its typical price for that. Burger Paradise, game only for DS, 5,000 yen. Wow. What else was here? Falchion for Famicom Disk System, 4,000 yen. Again, twice as much as what I would expect. What's this? Dream Master, a little Nemo. In Japan, it's called Pajama Hero, but I think it's called Little Nemo, the Dream Master in or is it Daydream and Davy? I forgot. Whichever game is the Capcom game. I think it's Dream Master. 15,000 yen boxed. Top Gear Pocket. Game Boy Color, 3,000 yen boxed. The Super Mario Brothers 3, even that is 2,000 yen boxed, and that's one of the most common games there is. Weirdly, 4,000 yen for Mario Clash on Virtual Boy, typical price. 13,000 yen for Wario Land. Previously, this game was just the same price as most moderately available Virtual Boy games. Now it's much more expensive. Maybe it's become more popular as being the best game on the system. Now, next up is something I have no idea what this is. This is an NEC game called Queen Othello. Obviously, I know Othello. But the code on here, NEC PCS-6144R is the unit number. I have no idea what machine this fits inside. It's a weird white cartridge, a bit bigger than typical, like a typical MSX cartridge or SG-1000 cartridge. I have no idea. GoldenEye, 22,000 yen, typical price for a used cartridge only. I think that's good for that showcase there. Next up, they had tons and tons and tons of Famicom Disk System games. I don't know why they had these, but one section was only for games that don't work. So they have the label on them. So if you want to say you have it for your collection, that's fine. But between 500 and 1,500 yen for games that have nothing on the disc. They're corrupted discs. But maybe you want one that's like at the Green Beret cover or the Twin Bee cover or whatever. There you go. An MSX2 system. Very, very nice Hitbit Sony F5. I'd want to have it, but 3 of the buttons don't work. 3 of the keys don't work. The space bar, the left shift key, and one of the cursor keys. Kind of important if you are playing a game that requires the keyboard, so did not get that. Money Panic, an LCD game. You know, it's kind of like an old Tiger Electronics game. It's missing the battery door, but it's an old retro LCD game for 1,000 yen. Also 1,000 yen were Pro Baseball 95 and Vertical Force for the Virtual Boy. This is a good one. Monty on the Run, the classic game, I believe, for the Spectrum in England. There was a weird conversion made for the Famicom Disk System. You can get here the disk system, not the disc, but this version, the manual only, for 1,500 yen. That's a lot of bread. Let's see what else. Oh, there was, what's this? First Kiss. First Kiss Story 2. This had 2 discs, the game disc and the bonus disc. The bonus disc hasn't even been opened yet. 2,000 yen, what a deal. Let's see. Puzzle Boy. Indeed, Puzzle Boy for Famicom Disk System, 3,000 yen. Galaxian is 4,000 yen. Wow. But it looks very nice. And Halley Wars. I have no idea what this is. Halley Wars. Holly Wars? Halley Wars? 1,500 yen. Then a game I was so sad to see. Kaetekita Mario Brothers. The Mario Brothers, not Super, but the original Mario Brothers like remake that has lots of extra levels on it. Really, really rare, really awesome game to have if you can. But 1,500 yen, and on the package it says, Side A is volleyball, Side B is pro wrestling. Someone had this game and then went to the convenience store to copy over and get 2 games. Volleyball and pro wrestling. 500 yen, LifeSphere, Pop Science Software, Aquasphere, Landsphere, 2 different discs, and you like raise life, or you look. It's like a aquarium / a museum. It's very interesting. Play de oboeru e tango. So it's a game where you can learn 750 English words by playing a game on your PlayStation. Case is cracked. 500 yen. 20,000 yen for the Saturn. It's the interactive movie games. This has Time Gal and what is it? Ninja Hayate. Those 2 animation games, very Dragon's Lair-y games. 20,000 yen for the Sega Saturn. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection, not released in Japan. That's why it's expensive. 9,500 yen for the Switch game, originally the US release. Rent a Hero for the Sega Mega Drive, 5,000 yen. There you go. In the box. And also 5,000 yen in the box, Goonies for MSX. A fun game. And with that, that's pretty much everything I have to go over for this visit. Thanks so much for listening, and go buy all the stuff. Bye-bye.